Question 28. We have a geometry question here. Let's read through it. Triangle ABC shown in the diagram below is an isosceles triangle. There's a pen here where we can underline. This is important here. Isosceles triangle. What is the measure in degrees of angle BCD? And they've actually marked this for us, of which one we're supposed to be looking for. So we're looking for BCD, which is the exterior angle. Now you'll notice that BCD, this exterior angle, along with, and I'll kind of dot it in here, this angle here, they form a straight line. They're supplementary, so they should total 180 degrees. Should be their total between those two. So what we've got to do is we've got to determine what this angle measure is, or the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the other two interior angles, in the triangle. So this outside angle would be same as this angle A and angle B, the sum of those two. So either of those ways we can use to figure this out. Now, underline isosceles triangle. By definition, an isosceles triangle has two sides that are congruent or equal to each other. Therefore, it has two angles that are congruent or equal to each other. Now, we can reason through if this top angle is 30, and if the only other way is got to be that it could be something different than 30 here, is let's think, okay, we'll think angle A is 30 degrees, so that would be 30 and 30 and 60. So angle C would have to be 120 degrees. Well, clearly we can look and see that angle C here is not 120 degrees. It is an acute angle. All right, so it is less than 90 degrees. So we have to assume then that angles A and angle C are congruent to each other. Again, there are 180 degrees in the interior of a triangle also. So if this is 30 degrees, then that leaves 150 degrees between the angle A and angle C. Okay, so we did that by 180 minus 30. Leaves us 150 on the other two angles. Now we need to split that up between the two. So if we divide that by 2, then we get 75 for angle A and 75 for angle C. So now we can look and determine that if angle C is 75, then the angle we're looking for and angle C together have to total 180. So that would have to be 105 degrees. Answer choice B. We could also, using the other strategy, the interior angles, the two interior are equal to the third exterior, so 30 plus the other interior 75 is equal to 105. All right, that's another way. And then let me get a line here. Another strategy, and this doesn't always work, but it kind of works in this case. You can draw a 90-degree angle. I just did there. And so you can draw a 90-degree angle and see that this 90 from here to here, and there's only a little bit left. Right, to be, I'll move those out of the way. There's only a little left, right, to cover in the rest of that. So you could then look at your answer choices. You see it's not 75 because it's bigger than 90. 150 would be way over here. 165 would almost be a straight line. So 105 would be the closest one to 90 degrees without being less. So a couple of different strategies on solving that question. Of course, they're wanting you to recognize that an isosceles triangle has two angles or two sides that are congruent or equal to each other. Therefore, they have two angles that are congruent or equal to each other.